Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Dedes Prastya. I have to present about Deixis. Okay, Deixis. The word Deixis is a technical term from Greek for one of the most basic things we do with U-turns. Which means pointing via language, and the Deixis corresponds way in which the interpreting of U-turns depends on the analysis and of the context of U-turns. Okay, what is the Deixis? Deixis is technically term for one of the basic things we do with U-turns. It's clearly a form of referring that is tied to the speaker context, right? And with the most basic distinction and between dictic about expression being near speaker versus away from the speaker, right? And any linguistic form used to accomplish the pointing about is called a deictic expression, right? And I have 5 type of Deixis. The type of Deixis is the one is person Deixis, the 2 is time Deixis, the 3 place of Deixis, and the 4 is discourse of Deixis and social Deixis, right? And the person Deixis, for example, the person Deixis is any expression used to point person to person, and person Deixis is depending on who the speaker is or who the listener is, right? And for example, the person of Deixis is I, you, they, we, she, he, it is an example of the person of Deixis, right? And the example is you might means to me if someone is talking to me. However, if someone talking to her father by using you, okay? So the you it means to someone is father, right? And do you know that she is of salted skin, right? And she doesn't refer to the listener, not the speaker. It's referred to the someone else, the both the speaker and listener know about, right? And the number 2 is time of Deixis. Time is any expression used point to a time, right? It's indicating both the time coinciding with the speaker utterance and the time of the speaker voice being heard, right? Like tonight, last week, yesterday, tomorrow, now, then, and soon, right? And for example, tell me now, right? Tell me now. Now is the time at which the speaker is producing the utterance, right? And you told me yesterday. Now, yesterday sign the past time of the address action relative to both speaker and listen present time. The number 3 is place of Deixis. Place of Deixis is word to point to a location. For example, for place Deixis, I have divided into 2 sections. The one is proximal. Proximal is like here, this, come and bring. And for distal is there, that, go and take, right? Now, for example, let's go buy some ice cream over there, right? There is indicate a place the both speaker and listener have seen, right? However, if the speaker and listener are not physically together, but it will be confusing where over there is located, right? And for number 2 is go to the bedroom, right? Go to the bedroom versus come to the bedroom, right? If we talk about any other direction, we have to use go. In other words, we usually use go. And to talk about moving from where the speaker, listener, and is to another place, right? The use of come depends on the current position of the speaker and the listener. If we talk about the direction toward the speaker toward the listener, right? And then we use come, okay? And number 4 is discover Deixis. Discover Deixis is deictic reference, a portion of discourse relative to the speaker current location in the discourse. And discourse Deixis is different because it does not relate to a specific item, but a stream of discourse, right? Such a stream of discourse can be very long or quite short. For discourse Deixis, a sample where he got it, right? He found the house was much as he had expected. The place was old and shabby. We have two cohesive devices. The pronoun it which stand for the host and refer forward in the text the categoric referencing, and a general term the place which refer back and stand of the host. Okay, and both reference are to something in the text. They are both endoporic reference. Okay, and the last is social Deixis. Social Deixis is concerned with the codification of the social status of the speaker, right? And the address of the third person, and of entire refer to as well as social relationship and holding between them. There are have two types about social Deixis. Is the one is absolute is a deictic reference to some social characteristics of a referent, especially a person, right? Apart from any relative ranking of referent. And the number two is relation. Relational is manifest through a certain relationship between a speaker and an address. Okay, and the social Deixis sample is the one absolute. Absolute is like a president, your royal highness, and for a relationship is relational is about when the speaker have called the here using their and nickname or the name position of their family or using pronoun like this. Okay. And advantage of studying Deixis enables students to comprehend the meaning of an utterance properly, and Deixis enables students to interpret people intended when they are speaking, right? And the Deixis enables students to express the meaning through communication. The summary is discourse Deixis is impossible to treat graphically, but the other sort can be looks like that. Okay. I have enough from me to present about Deixis. Thank you for watching, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for watching.